Triple M NRL preview.
Spectacular try.
Brought to you by Bryden's Lawyers.
We're doing a preview, mate, but we need to go back and talk about last night just for a moment. Poor crowd, but do you think the Rabbits...
It is a poor crowd, but it's out. It's
In the
an hour,
Boondocks.
it's an hour to get there. It's longer in peak hour. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there in peak hour.
Yeah.
I know financial reasons that they've got to play out there, but why wouldn't they play at Allianz Stadium
Yeah,
in
we've
the
been
city?
saying that this morning, Joey. Thursday
Oh,
night,
yeah.
8 o'clock.
I've been listening.
We've even, what about even floating the idea, Joe? We said this this morning of having a double header there last night. We're like tonight's game as well as last night's game. Maybe to get at least 70,000 there.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Joey, what about the preview, the game so far this round? And let's talk about tonight's game. The Broncos are up against the Bulldogs. A lot expected of the Bulldogs this year, but the Broncos, boy oh boy, their coach Anthony Griffin, he's hanging by a thread.
Yeah, he's under the pump already. I feel sorry for him, but the Broncos, for a couple of years, I don't know what's going on up there at Brisbane. They've missed a generation of players. The likes of Cronk and Slater and Thurston and Smith and these players. And I don't know, I'd like to be proven wrong, but I don't know if they're creative players, especially in the halves and those positions, can deliver a top 8 position.
Well, I can't see him making the top 8, Joey. I just can't. I haven't
got them in my top 8.
Let's go to Penrith now. Penrith v your old club, Newcastle, mate. Do you think the Panthers, with all their recruitment, and there's a good feel the base of the mountains, do you think they'll go all right against your Newcastle?
I think they're the big improvers this year, the Panthers.
Good on you, Joey.
There's no problem with them, Joey. He's within hooking range too, that's what I'm saying. But I think the Panthers are in for a big year. I think they'll make the 8. And it's a weird one for Newcastle. New combinations this weekend. Kirk Gidley comes back playing hooker. Michael Dobson, little Mark Gasnier, they're at halfback. So see how they go.
And it's usually good when you don't hear too much of a team. Last year, the last couple of years, all we've heard about is how bad Parramatta are. But this off-season, we haven't heard a word from their camp, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, Brad Arthur, worked with him last year at Manly. I know the Manly boys had a huge rap on Brad Arthur defensively. He came out of that Melbourne Storm system, so he was great with the defence side of things. I think their roster still needs some improvement. I think they're up against the real dark horse this year. I think the Warriors, if they everyone knows if they get it right, they could go all the way. But I think with another year on with Sean Johnson and also Sam Tompkins at fullback, Sean Johnson, I'm in love with him.
Yeah. Well.
In lust. Maybe in lust. But, I think they'll win and win well, the Warriors, first up.
Joey, just on Parramatta, can you see... I mean, when Parramatta get that winning feeling, it's like when someone's had the foot in the head for a couple of years and all of a sudden you start winning. Can you see Parramatta possibly pushing towards a top 8 berth?
No,
improving that much?
Maybe not this year.
Yeah.
Look, we all know it depends on Jared Hayne. If Jared stays injury-free and if William Hopewadi comes back well. But, it's a big job out there for Brad Arthur. And, it's said a lot of times it's a 3-4 year plan. And it really is. He's got to rebuild that club.
Now, what about the game we're giving $20,000 away for the first try scorer of the game that Matty will be at?
Which one?
St George Illawarra against the West Tigers. Can you see those two sides making the 8
scoring
this
a
year?
try?
Is it going to be a nil or draw? What do you reckon, Joey?
It's hard, mate, because last night I thought the Roosters would win and win well.
Yeah,
so
I think they would.
it's
Thanks,
hard
Joey.
to sort of say stuff without seeing a team play. But on trial form, you got to think both these teams probably won't push for top 8 selection. But you look at both teams. If some of them players fire, I'm looking forward to watching Luke Brooks play.
Well,
for
he's
the
the
Tigers.
bloke that's been compared to you the most, Luke Brooks.
Big ass.
I mean, what do you think about him as
glass
a
houses.
as a footballer? The people won't see the best of Luke Brooks for probably another 12 months to 2 years, but how good a player is this young kid?
Well, potentially he's got a great future, but he's hamstrung because he's in a position where he won't play his best football till he's got a big, strong pack in front of him. And I'm not putting down the West Tigers pack, but
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I'm not, MJ. I'm not. But put him in a team with a really big, strong pack who's dominating. Then the whole game's different for Luke Brooks. But look, the sky's the limit for this young fella. I understand he's got a really good attitude and he works hard. He's got a fantastic build and. We saw last year his first game at the cricket ground what he could do.
Yeah,
he put bums on seats, even your bum.
Joey, even
Maybe on
yours,
2
even
seats.
it does take 3 seats.
Triple M rocks football.